All right, guys, here's a question from class. How many of the Scrum ceremonies or Scrum events or whatever you'd like to call them, how many of them are mandatory? Can we get away with maybe omitting one or two of them? What do you think?
No. Video over.
Okay, next.
Okay, you said get away with. You can get away with it, but is it the right thing to do? I think maybe that's the question.
Tell me more, Greg.
Well, getting away with that that really is more of a tongue-in-cheek situation because do you really? Each Scrum event, let's correct it from ceremonies to event here, has a purpose. And if inspection adaptation is going to occur in a way that is going to benefit the team and the product, then every event needs to be looked at as an opportunity for that very thing, inspection adaptation. So imagine skipping planning, for instance, and just winging it and pulling from the backlog. There isn't an inspection adaptation opportunity towards our product goal. Do we even have one? And we can keep going through every event and note where inspection adaptation occurs, and we're missing that opportunity. So I think it's critical that every event be there, including the retrospective, by the way, because that's an opportunity to inspect and adapt the team itself. So that's my answer.
Yeah, my mind just went to the whole plan, do, check, act cycle. I believe that was Edward Deming came up with that one. And so with Scrum, we call it the empirical process control system, which is very geek speak. But we could also reference this thing that's been around 100 years, this idea of plan, do, check, act. And in Scrum, we have a dedicated event for each of these things. And since we're doing a lot of planning and updating of plans, we have a bonus event in there. So starting with sprint planning, then every day we check our plan just to make sure we're on the right track, and that's our daily Scrum. And then, during that period of time we're planning and then doing, right at the end we check both with their sprint review and with the way that we're working, and then we act on the things that we find in those events. So we've got that whole plan, do, check, act cycle baked right into Scrum. And if you remove one of the events, you're effectively removing one of those 4 pieces, and plan, check, act without the do isn't very useful, and plan, do, and never check, you might go off on the wrong path, but that's my thought on it.
Yeah, I would agree with you both. I would just add a little bit of a spin on it. Is it really worth it? So I get this question a lot. Do we really have to have the daily Scrum? Do we really have to have the retrospective every single sprint? And my answer to that is, what are you gaining back? Like, these events have time boxes. We've talked about those before, and they're a way to maintain focus and make sure that we're not, spending too much time in analysis or too much time reviewing or whatever. And so, if you eliminate these events, you're going to get a little bit of time back. But chances are, and I know it's been true in my experience, when teams start to treat these events as optional and get rid of them here or there, they end up costing themselves more time than they're saving. Because like you said, Rob, you might go off on the wrong path and it's going to cost you more time to get back on the right path. Or, maybe we skip the daily Scrum twice a week, but then problems within our team exist for longer than they otherwise would have if we just would have taken 5, 10, maximum 15 minutes and just had a quick sync up in the morning. So, can you get away with it? I think you're right, Greg, you can. I think both of you are right. Your team's going to suffer more for it than you're going to save yourself. So maybe find a way to get some time back somewhere else, but don't get rid of the events.
Just don't.
Click the thumbs up to let us know you like the video. Subscribe if you'd like more of our videos in your feed, and maybe even hit that bell to get notified when we've got more videos for you.
Sometimes YouTube notifications don't actually go out and you won't be notified, so we've solved this problem. Click the link in the description to join our exclusive mailing list so we can send you an email every time one of our newest videos comes out. You'll be glad you did.